going on? What's going on, y'all? Hey. Just felt like getting on here, just talking. I was reminiscing about some things that in my youth, and I said, man, I should do this on a video, man. Maybe somebody can be inspired, or just can like mm, just somebody may want to hear my story or whatever. Um, it started out I was thinking about how, man, the Most High is amazing, and how just like throughout my childhood and just coming up, how he just been like watching me, been protecting me, you know what I'm saying? I've had divine protection, even back in my youth when I was young, a couple of preachers I've heard mention. I just seen like a freaking fly or something in here. um, a monitoring spirit, maybe. But anyway, I remember a couple of preachers saying, that we thank God for the things, the Most High for the things He done for us in our lives and all this and the third. But what about the things that we didn't see that He shielded from us and protected us from? And I was like, whoa! And that took me back to my upbringing. Backstory on me, I was born in South Georgia in the '70s, but my parents left, or my mom, she left, left my dad when I was a hand baby. So I grew up in D.C. Spent about about 3 years, 3 years in Maryland, from 10 to 3.5 years, from 10 to when I 14, like 3 months after turning 14, we went to D.C. in Maryland. But for the most part, I grew up in D.C. And far as like, let's say the homosexuality, the gay stuff, whatever, my earliest memory of that was around like 4 years old. But from like 4 to like 12, I don't recall really having a lot. It was isolated. 4 years old, I remember touching the bicep of a relative. I think he was like an uncle or older cousin, a second, and I remember enjoying that at 4. And then I remember like at 9 being in the Trailway bathroom, the Greyhound at Trailway bus station, and seeing a guy, you know, basically relieving himself, or, fondling himself in front of me, and I'm 9 years old. And I was just like looking at that in amazement, whatever. But outside of those two incidents, I really don't recall any type of, me being attracted to a man. Now, yes, I did things with my sisters, as far as playing with doll babies, dressing in women's clothes as a girl would coming up, that kind of thing, but just actual sexual stuff, thoughts or lustful thoughts, whatever, that really didn't happen. Even at 10, when, the whole, now masturbating, whatever, still, I don't recall a lot of me lusting or whatever, or liking guys. It wasn't, I remember being 12 years old, and this was, when I say short lived, this was short lived. I had a crush on my homeroom teacher, and he was a YT person. But that was very short lived. I remember that. But baby, let me tell you, when I got in the 8th grade, them locker rooms, you know, that was when, like lust introduced itself to me, seeing other, people of my complexion and stuff changing clothes in the locker room. I don't know why. We did it in the 7th grade, but for some reason the 8th grade was when it really kicked in, whatever. So from 13, because I was 13 in 8th grade, up until I was 20, I grew up very religious. My mom had us in church, Bible study, Sunday service, eating the service, this service, that service, whatever service, all the services. So, with that being said, I was in denial because, The only scripture that I knew of at the time concerning homosexuality was the one that was always, you know, preached to me by my mom. That it's a well, she didn't always preach. It was later on she preached it because my mom actually was in denial when I was a kid. My dad was not. My mom was. But later on she preached the whole is an abomination, that scripture. But so even to myself, I lied to myself. Like I was like, as the one scripture in Luke says, deny yourselves. I was denying myself. Even I was a virgin, but I'm saying even the thoughts, like even though I'm having these thoughts, but I was like lying to myself, basically denying myself. You know, I'm not this way. I'm not this way. Da da da. All the while praying at night to God, please take this away from me. Da 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 da. All that. So, man, and then at 20, I was like, you know what, he's not hearing my plea, my prayers, whatever. Just go ahead and just live this life. So I remember coming out at 20. Now, mind you, I had sex like at a month before I turned 19 when I first had sex with a guy, and that was 92. But April of 94 was the end of March 94 is when I actually like accepted this lifestyle, started going to the clubs, started meeting people, whatever the case like that, right? And it was very overwhelming, coming from the church and then all of this, being the fresh meat, if you will, that kind of thing, and it was just overwhelming. So that I'm not gonna say it was short lived, but I quickly turned to the military and like join the military because I was like, man, like as if that was gonna save me from being gay or whatever. But I did that. But it wasn't until in my late 20s, visiting DC, now in the military active duty, and seeing all of the things in DC, bruh. You know how people that say if they can go back and change this and change that. I used to be like that when I was younger. If I can change and change it, because I'm gonna tell y'all, this person y'all see today, this talkative, this very confident, very secure, this person y'all see before you, I was not this person in no high school. I was a whole 180. I was quiet. I was very insecure. I thought I was unattractive. Um, I was timid. I was everything. I was all the things. But I sit back and think about it. You know what? I think the Most High that I was all the things, because had I not been timid, had I been outgoing, had I thought I was attractive, had I thought all these things, 1000%, I would not be sitting here doing this video with y'all today. You all would not even know me. Trust and believe what I say. The things that I saw as a teenager, as a kid, that I didn't realize what I was seeing at the time, not until I was in my mid to late 20s, visiting DC, right? So the things that I was seeing, bruh, like I said, I'm as early as 6, but I didn't know what I was seeing. Now I'm gonna give a disclaimer before I go further, because a lot of people, they are living in this false reality. But I'm here to tell you, the DL roster is longer than your typical gay homosexual roster. I stand on that. Oh yeah, a lot of y'all don't can't imagine that. Not homosexual gay people, just average people, heterosexual people. But I'm here to tell you, and I can't tell you like what to look for, because really it's not. Because the average DL guy, they might be married with 3.5 kids. They like sports. They're masculine. They all the things, they check all the blocks. So you really won't know unless you looking for it, kind of, sort of. And a lot of women, they ain't looking for that because they don't think that, so they ain't looking for that. But I'm here to tell you, is that, it, it it's it could be your husband and your brother, and you won't even know it. And it's just, it's what it is. Um, I'm gonna get back to the story, but it makes me think about Romans chapter 1, started like verse, I think, 27, 28, where it says, where because the people didn't feel the need to retain the knowledge of the Most High, or they didn't want a relationship with Him, they didn't, that He gave them over to shameful lust. Men became lovers of themselves. Da, da. I mean, it's scripture. Yes, these men didn't like start off. They wasn't thinking gay stuff at 3 and 4 years old, but because they chose not to retain, have a God in their lives, the Most High in their lives, and love, that He gave them over. And I'm telling y'all don't want to. That's in the Bible, and I'm telling you, it's for real. All right. So at 6 years old, anybody from DC, y'all know the department store. It was, some people call it Woody's, but I think it was called Woodward and Lawford, but we called it Woody's for short. And I remember being 6, and I was there with my family, my mom, my dad, and my sister, and I had to go to the bathroom. So I went to go to the bathroom myself. The bathroom in Woody's was like eight stories. They had 2 buildings: the appliance building, and then the building with the clothes. So it's like a maze, right? So the bathroom, I want to say, was like downstairs, if not the basement level. It was levels down. And at 6, what struck me was this long behind line for the men to use the bathroom, the restroom. And that was just, even at 6, I thought that was odd. Now, one reason why I thought it was odd was because growing up, my dad was a wrestling fan. I think it's all fake now. It wasn't fake back in the day. So that's one thing we did. Me, him, and my uncle, and my cousins, we would go to wrestling matches, right, at the Civic Center out in Maryland. And you would have the restrooms there. Now you got hundreds, I about to say millions, hundreds of thousands of men, but the bathroom lines weren't like long for real. They went through whatever. The women's lab bathroom will always be like long, right? So when I'm in Woody's, I'm like thinking this is odd, right? All these men in this long bathroom. Okay, that was that. Then I remember being like 15, and I was with my cousins. We were down in the mall. Once again, DC, the mall is like, the landscape where the Capitol, the White House, the Vietnam Memorial, the reflection pool, all this, whatever. So we down there at the mall, right? And we had to go to the restroom. Here we go, this long behind line, like this is a long line. And brother gotta pee. I'm like, man, I gotta pee in the bathroom. So we in the line. And as we got, like, the line, like, it's starting outside. So now it's like, that area is like a park, like, it's like that. The bathroom, like one that you would find like in a park. So then as we got closer in, now we inside. And now I'm still in line, but I'm in a position where I can actually see some urinals. And it's still, at 15, it did not register with me what I was actually seeing. I laugh now. I'm 51 right now, but at 15, it didn't really register. I'm saying what was it? What's that saying? Not Rose Nyland. I was so just green. I don't know. Just, it didn't register. So I'm looking and I'm like, okay, he ain't using the bathroom. Like, he's standing there, but he ain't pissing. He's actually showing this. It's like he's showing somebody. He's showing this dude his thing. But it's still not like registering for real. It's crazy how I'm laughing at. And I remember getting to my cousin's house. Because I was there with like 3 of my cousins. They all brothers. And my one cousin, Ethan. I said, Ethan, Did you see that man? Like, he was like he was about 13, 14. Like, what? That's the only thing about it was, of course, he was stiff. But I was just amazed. Like, I had never seen like that. Bro, it did not dawn on me what was happening until I was in my mid to late 20s and visiting DC. I was in the midst of, I was in the Lion's Den. Let me say, I was in the Valley of Death, man, and didn't even know it. These were cruising spots, man. The bathroom down in the mall, the bathroom in Woody's, the bathroom at Founders Library on Howard University campus, Peachtree Beach, freaking Malcolm X Park was across the street from Hill, the men's dorm, Howard dorm. Oh my God, I just the thought of it. An 18-year-old boy from freaking Kansas at Howard living in the dorm. He walk across the street from the park and a 55-year-old, 60-year-old man jacking, whatever. I'm like, what? Not that I saw that, but I'm just saying, imagine, because it's there. But I didn't know all this. I mean, DC was called Chocolate City. It's not chocolate anymore. And anybody from DC, and if you're a man of a certain age, born in the 70s, whatever, you already know. I'm not lying. Especially if you're a gay man, you already know. So that's why I said I was protected from things that I didn't even know about. I wasn't aware of. I was so naive, so green, so just, summer child. That's what I want to say. I was a sweet, and I was born in summer. I was a sweet summer child, man. I'm trying to tell you. People would try to hit on me, older men, I was just so like, I ain't even know what was happening. I remember being 13, my cousins, they stayed maybe 20-minute walk from our house in DC. And I used to walk to their house all the time. I remember getting accosted, getting stopped. Older, hey, you're chocolates, fine. Would you come home with me? I wasn't even thinking nothing like on a sex thing. Like, Ninja, I ain't going home with you. A grown man. I'm going. I got my own house. Like what? Like, but it was not. I'm telling you, I was not thinking like on the set. I was not. So that's like me going back saying like how God like protected me and shielded me, man. Cause I would not be here. There was a lot of goings on back then, and unfortunately, there was probably a 15, 14-year-old boy that actually did go home with a joker like that. There's actually was a 15-year-old boy that got accosted in the bathroom and he probably fell on his knees. There might have been a 6-year-old, God forbid, 7-year-old boy that got accosted in the bathroom and he probably started touching on it. I mean, I'm saying this stuff happens. I just thank the Most High that he shielded me, protecting me from that stuff, man. Y'all, and it made me think, don't be letting y'all kids go in the bathroom by themselves. Like, not when they little. Not like, don't let them go in there until they like a teen, until they like 12 or 13. If they under 12, do not let them go in the public. Like, if you there with them, like a dad, do not. I don't care if you ain't got a pee. Stand at the sink while they in there. I'm just saying, you just never know with predators that be in these bathrooms, these public bathrooms, bro. Bruh. Man, let me tell you, I remember when I was like 36. And I was like, I'm 51 now, 36. Like, you know what? And I don't want to be, and Joe said, I don't want to be a player. I don't want to be a player no more. I said, I don't want to be a ho-ho no more. I said, I want to settle down and all this, that, and the third, right? At 36. That's what I was thinking. Was I so disappointed? Was I disappointed? And this goes back to that roster I was telling y'all about. Do you want to know who what caliber of people, men, that would try to holler at me. This is from like 36 up until like I'm in my 40s, whatever. People that was married men, men that's married to men, men that's married to women, men that go with men, men that go with women. It was people that's already in relationships. 85% of the people that will holler at me would be people already in committed so-called lovey-dovey relationships. And I just couldn't understand who shot John, why. I understand that for nothing. Aren't you happy in whatever ship you in? Undoubtedly, nah. They want their cake, ice cream, cookies, and everything else. And then what used to really get me, the jokers also in Romans, read Romans chapter 1, verse 28, 27 to like 32. But in there it talks about he had him sent him onto a reprobate mind. I managed some jokers with some reprobate minds, man. There's one joker, I met them at a frat party. This is when I was in Huntsville, and I had a good friend that was an alpha. And I guess with any fraternity or any organization, you have cliques, right? That just is what it is. So in this case, it was, I guess, in this area or whatever, you had like the gay alphas. So I went to a lot of their functions, right? And you'll have some of the DL alphas that, because these are their frat brothers, they felt comfortable going to this event. Now, you wouldn't catch a DL person dead at a gay club. Nah. If you a straight man trying to hit a DL, you'll find them out in the public somewhere or in a heterosexual or straight club, but not in a gay club. But because this frat brother, this was a safe space for him. So I'm at this party and this DL guy was at the alcohol party. And he was talking about he had his eye on two people the whole night, me being one of them. And at the time I'm intoxicated, I'm all bold, da 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 da. He even was up front, I got this ring. Like he was, my, oh my God, back in the day, I was, my goodness. I was like, well, you the one got the ring. I ain't married, so it ain't on me. I ain't got a ring. That's you. You know, I'm good. You know, so he was like, oh, bet. So in his mind, like, oh, he down with it. Then he cool. He so probably like three different times. Oh, what you got? Three different times we did lunch, and we always went to like Applebee's, right, for lunch. And this person was married, wife pregnant with twins. Matter of fact, I think that was his beard because the previous year he got married in October. April of the following year, your wife is pregnant with twins. You heard that you consummated that marriage and got her pregnant the same night. But the joker was a police officer, Sunday school teacher at the church, member of fraternity, and was DL. And I remember he kept wanting to get with me. And I had my reservations because, I've been cheated on, so I know how that feels. So I've always been that one to put myself in the wife's shoes, that kind of person. I enjoyed the company going to lunch, but I just wouldn't, and I remember that third time. Now, mind you, I got my own apartment, crib, whatever, whatever. And they was like adamant about wanting to get with me. And they was wanting me to go to their house, their wife at work. And they wanted to do the do in the house, in the bed that you share with your wife. And I just thought, dang, it's one thing enough you cheating on her, but now you want to double down and do it in the house, in the bed that you share with your wife? Excuse me, that's that reprobated mind right there. Bruh. I was like, nah, no. And then that's the thing. I guess he targeted me because I guess I'm masculine but gay or whatever. So, cause he was so adamant, like he wanted me like meet his family. He wanted me to meet everybody. So, you know, get me. Yeah, this is Dave. I met at the thing. He trying to be an alpha. Da, 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 da. That'd be the whole. Cause he was like, yeah, we. He said to my family and friends, you'll be. This is what he said to my family and friends. You would be my best friend. That's what he said. Let me tell y'all. So after that third, whatever, and he proposed that with his I have no dealings with him, whatever. But well, no dates, whatever. We talked a couple times. And I remember this was like late spring, maybe early summer. And I remember talking with him fall. And I had shared with him how I had just renewed my lease. This joker was furious. I'm like, why are you furious about me renewing my lease? They wanted me. They said I should have consulted with them first because they wanted me to not renew my lease and get an apartment, a unit in the same complex where him and his wife lived. Cake and ice cream, had me right there. Easy access, like right there. I mean, furious. And I'm like, what? I ain't got to consult with you about renewing my lease, whatever. But that was that with that one. And it was another one. I was in undergrad. I was in college late in life. And I remember walking in the classroom. I used to get to school early. And I seen them. Like, they seen me, I seen them, whatever. I ain't know, who shot John. I ain't know. I just seen somebody that was attractive, whatever. And that was that. And I remember being in undergrad and all that. I did not like to be up in there with my uniform on. So even if I didn't change at work, I would like go to the bathroom and try to change clothes. So I remember one day I was getting out my car and they saw me. And I remember I went to the bathroom. I was in the stall, because I'm changing my clothes from to civilian from uniform. And I remember hearing the person come in the bathroom and they went to the stall. But, it's a bathroom, I don't know. So I'm in there for a minute because I'm changing clothes. Got boots, all this on, whatever. So I finally finished and I go to the mirror and all that. Guess who come out the other stall? Because they hear me come out the stall. Oh, boy. Shooting this shot. And married. Beautiful one. But matter of fact, both these married people had beautiful wives. That's why, the first man wife was an AKA. This dude wife was a Delta. I mean, beautiful wives, bro. Like, golly, why would y'all cheat on these beautiful? Ain't got nothing to do with that, but that's I'm just saying. But they want to get you acclimated with the family. That be the main thing. Once I get them in good with the family, is on from here. But I was like, I can't do this. And I guess he was like, I know this ninja gay, whatever. Why he ain't? What's going on? I know he gay. Da, 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 da. So then he came over one time. He was like, let's do some, because we had a couple classes together, we had the same major, do some work. But he brought a friend with him, a gay friend, an obviously gay friend. Like, tell me if he, like, I guess he was wanting the joker to tell him, is he gay for real? Like, I think he is, because I'm trying to holler at him, but so I guess it's just, but I'm just like, I've even had friends, I'm laughing because some of them are my Facebook friends right now. They probably watching this video. They probably about to be in shock and horror because they probably didn't even know that I knew I caught on. I did. I saw the hook with the worm on. I just didn't bite. I just didn't bite. I remember the card parties. I used to host a lot of card parties. I remember the two jokers that stayed late after the party. Let me help Jay clean up. It ain't shit to clean up. It's like 3:30. It's time to go home. I thought they might want a little session, whatever. But I in my mind, I'm like, I'm not about to. This is not about to happen. You know, I remember that. I just, I remember the other one. Everybody gone. They still there. Jay, you sure you want me to help you clean up? Nah, I'm good. I don't. Nah, I'm good. Ain't nothing to clean up, really. What we cleaning up? We play cards. What? You sure, Jay? I can help. You know, and I seen it in their eyes. Now this, mind you, let me tell you about me. I value friendship. Two things. Let me tell you. I value friendship, right? And I have associates, gay associates, but I really didn't have a lot of gay friends. Why? Gay friends, they just want to do the do. They want to FUCK. They don't want to be your friend. They want to be effed or get effed. That was it. Not and they went, I'm like, nah, So a lot of my friends were straight friends, straight men. Those were my friends. That were my friends, whatever. So I you know, a lot of my friends, attractive, good looking. Most of them married, some wasn't men, but that was a line. These are my friends. I'm not trying to F my friends. I want friends. And that's it. Right? And another thing too, the whole don't eat where you. So I don't care if it is an attractive gay person that I work with. Ain't nothing happening because we work together. God forbid we fall out. Something happened. Now I got to see you behind at work every day. God forbid you my boss. Now I got to answer you. No, I ain't about to put myself in a situation like that. So I'd rather you don't even be in the military or work off base. Don't work in my building or don't work with me. So those are my rules. Nobody where I worked at and none of my friends. And I've had friends, heterosexual men, to accost me or whatever. But the way they do, this how they do. They'll throw the hook out with the bait on there, and if you don't bite, oh that's it. They ain't about to throw the hook out there no more. The only time something might happen, you gonna have to initiate it. You gonna have to throw a hook out. You gonna have to do it. They ain't gonna, But I had what? But it's an exception. I had one. That joker tried me like 3 different times. And this was twofold because we worked together at the first, and we were somewhat like friends a little bit. So I'm not gonna mess with you, and you. Well, they weren't married. They had a girlfriend at the time. They married her later on. But I remember in Germany they tried twice, and then I was in Virginia Station, and they came there for ANOC, and they came on play cards, and they came over to play cards. Now we ain't friends on Facebook, so he ain't seeing this. And I picked them up and stayed in the guest room. And I remember, but I not here and don't hear. I was playing like whatever. He's like, I thought you was gonna sleep in here with me. I just act like I ain't even hear what he said. I just, good night. I cook breakfast in the morning, Cause I'm telling you, that's always been my rule right there. You my friend, you my friend. Ain't nothing happening cause you my friend. I value friendship, whatever. And so, yeah, that's that, man. So even recently, this year, 2 friends. One married, one been divorced 3 years. The one married, we not really, wasn't no big falling out, but we not really talking like that right now. But the one that the divorcee, that one hurt. That one hurt right there. Cause it came out of nowhere. Well, I don't know. I kind of the divorcee one. We met in Virginia. We both stationed at Fort Lee, right? So there you go. We work together, so that's already. And I cooked a lot when I was at Fort Lee. I was senior NCO. I used to cook with my soldiers. Man, I had been an NCO since '99, so the last 25 years of the military, I was an NCO. So I always had like soldiers and this and the third, whatever. So not 25 years, 99. Hold on, I'm talking about like 24. I ain't get out in 24. I got out in 18. So the last 19 years of my service, I was an NCO. So anyway, I remember having all these soldiers, whatever. I was obviously all the time. I used to cook for them. They just at random. It had to be. And this one, I remember, man, my wife don't even cook like this. Da, 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 da. I need you to cook for me, especially for me, whatever, whatever. You cooking tonight? I'm coming by the house. I'm coming by. So they came by. It wasn't late, but they came by like 5 o'clock, between 5 and 6. And I had a feeling, but I was like, nah, it can't be. I can't. I look. I've always had my little gator radar, but I was always be in denial about it because I always thought, no, this can't be. It just must be me wanting them. It can't be them trying to. They married. They this. It can't be them. When actuality, it was them. It was them. And it came by the house, and downstairs was all hardwood floor. They want to tell you ain't gonna take your shoes off. Nah, I want to be comfortable here. I want to. And my mind like, Negro, you ain't gonna be comfortable here. Nah, cause I was like, I kind of felt it, but I ain't want to believe it. Nah, you can go in the kitchen, eat your food, and go home. Like, nah. So, but we stayed in contact throughout the years. And this year, oh my goodness. Went through a lot this year, especially early in the year. And I was in a very vulnerable state, earlier this year. If y'all seen Facebook videos, y'all know that earlier, end of April, beginning of May, I was had them videos was like I was borderline about to be institutionalized type. And they reached out. And I was in a vulnerable state, man, and that was my confidant. We dang acting like we was a couple on the phone all the time, FaceTime and talking, texting, this everything. And little did I know that I was being groomed, but I didn't know it because I needed a friend at the time. He was there as a friend, and anybody know about narcissism? They had this thing where when they in the beginning phase they love bomb you. So I was being love bombed. I didn't even realize it, man. I mean, I'm posting my videos. Like it'll be the one video, but I'm posting on all the platforms. They going to all the platforms, liking it, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere. They're like this. FaceTime and all that. They always want the FaceTime. And then same person I told you about in Virginia. So then I started getting them feelings again. I'm like, nah, no. And I remember one time they told me earlier they had dreamed about me. So I was like, remember you said you had dreamed about me? What you dreamed about? Oh no, we were just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out, chilling. Chilling. So then they were supposed to have came. They live in Georgia, I'll put it like that. About 3 hours away from here. From me. And they were supposed to have came that weekend, right? And I'm feeling these feelings. So I said, Most High, please. I said, don't let this be what this is, whatever. No. Before I prayed that prayer, I called them up. This was my thing. When a straight so-called guy would just want to holler at me, whatever, how I would combat that, I would always throw their wife up in the mix. It used to piss them off. I used to always throw their wife up. What about your wife, man? And this, that, and she's so beautiful. They used to hate it. A lot of times I knew their wives or whatever. So in this case, this was a divorcee. So in this case, I threw his kids up. So when he was supposed to came for the weekend, I was like, hey, so what you and your family like to eat? You know what I'm saying? If I can cook for y'all, da, 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 da. So I guess initially he was thinking like, damn, I was just gonna come out myself. But he talking about my kids coming with me because he got 2 kids, teenagers. And he was like, yeah, we like this spaghetti and all that, whatever. So that was that. So then like a couple of days later, after that, I was like praying to the Most High. I was like, if this is what I think it's gonna be, whatever, please, just let it not be. Let something come up when they don't come. please, God, I don't need this in my life. I don't. This supposed to be my friend. I don't. Showing up the next day, that joker called. Oh, I won't be able to make it because this, that, and the third, all that. Now I told y'all we was FaceTiming and texting and all this like we was going together. When he called me and said he couldn't make it, everything ceased. Now, I should have took that as a sign right there. Everything. So like 3 weeks had passed, and I'm missing my friend, my friend, whatever. So I'm like, man, So I reached out. Why I reached out? I reached out. Now, mind you, he wasn't throwing really no side. I had just got the feeling he hadn't did anything per se outside of all the FaceTime and talking and all that, whatever. So now it's like me reaching out rekindled the kinship. Back to FaceTiming, back to love bombing, liking all my posts, all this going on, whatever. But the difference was now the FaceTiming was getting later. Before, I may get a FaceTime 8:39, Now this joker FaceTime me at 11:30, at 2 in the morning, like wake me up out my sleep and just want to FaceTime and talk and that's like, okay. And it be some weird questions and stuff. I mean, one time, because, a lot of times these narcissists, they hide behind religion. There's a lot of them in the church. I'm trying to tell you. He's him too, he a preacher or whatever. Like, do you pray? I said, yeah, I pray. Yeah, I pray. Then he was like, oh, okay. What you be praying about? What you pray about? I was basically, and I pray for people, places, and things. I said, I pray for people, places, and things. But I said that purposely. I thought it was odd to ask me what I pray about. To me, that's personal. What you mean, what I pray about? Then one time, you speak in tongues? All this. Little do I know what was happening. This joker was consulting with whoever, trying to perform black magic on me, and I guess it wasn't working. So he trying to figure out why in the hell this shit ain't working. Oh my goodness. And this one last FaceTime, like 2:20 in the morning. And we we having a full blown Bible study. We talking about Mahelza, what's the name? Mahelza Cat, Mahelza Click, somebody, I forgot. It's in the Apocrypha, which I found that odd. He's telling me about this story about this person, but he don't know what book is in. But I found it in the Apocrypha. You the one telling me the story. The woman that had the baby is in the Apocrypha. Anyway, and we just going in, on the faces, and I'm all, you don't want me up now, I'm all, into the little study or whatever. I'm looking at Bible verses, he looking at, we just doing. And then throughout the FaceTime, like the lights went off on his side. Now he did, it's one thing to mute the conversation or, I know all that, but nah, it's like his bedroom he was in, he cut the light off, and it may have stayed off probably like 8 to 10 seconds, then it cut it back. It happened twice. I ain't think nothing of it, but I just know that happened. But I remember throughout the conversation, I got so hot. Joker, the SC is on in my house, but I got hot. I got up. I cut the fan. I have this fan. It's like a tower. I cut the fan on me. I took out like some paper. I started fanning myself. I'm like a hoe in church. I'm like a lady, in mid, what do you call it? Midlife crisis. What's the lady at? Lord, what is it? I forgot. Menopause. There you go. Midlife. I knew it was an M. I was like, what is happening to me? What is, So in that case, I want to say, like the weapon form, but there's two parts, man. Either Either the weapon formed, but it didn't prosper. I don't know. But when he saw that, he like, well, let me go ahead and get an hour. I'm gonna get an hour and a half because tomorrow the first day of school, my kids got to get up, whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, well, you calling me at 2 in the morning? You knew then your kids would get. Why were you calling me this early or FaceTiming? Bro, when I got that phone, I felt so sleepy. Like I felt like someone slipped me a Mickey, like in the club. Like I was drugged. Not sleepy. I felt like I was drugged. Like I it was a mess. And I went to sleep. Now, as of late, back in the day, I was a dreamer. I can remember all my dreams. I dreamed all the time. Now, I'm either not dreaming or I'm dreaming, but I don't remember all the dreams. But this particular thing here, when I woke up, it's like I had dreamed. I didn't necessarily remember what all went on in the dream, but when I woke up, it was like I woke up in the dream state, if you will, and it was not good. It was not good at all. And I didn't know why this was happening, what was happening. Just imagine a lady. This is a scenario I like to use because this is exactly how I felt, man. Imagine a woman, right? You're a female, and your husband died, and you're devastated. You just like distraught. You lost the love of your life and all that, right? And your husband have a best friend, and he distraught too because his best friend, they like brothers. You know what I'm saying? And you all console each other. Y'all confide in each other. You lost the love of your life. He lost his best friend like a brother. And even to you, this guy's like a brother because that was your husband's brother, best friend, whatever. So y'all hanging out a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's he's staying at your house a lot, sleeping on the sofa because you don't want to be there alone and all this and the third. You thinking this your brother, this your husband's brother. That's all you thinking about. But what you don't know is that your husband's brother, his best friend, he's had a crush on you for a long time. He like you, but you don't know this, right? And hold on, you don't know this. So he's playing on your emotions and all that. You lost your husband, all that. He's liking this because you're leaning on him, you know. And something keep flying around. I don't know what that is. And so one day you feeling, missing your husband and all that in the bed, and you knowing your brother, whatever, downstairs on the sofa, you go downstairs and you lay on his chest, thinking like innocent thing, you're emotional, he's consoling you, but he's getting his feel on too because he's liking the fact that this, and he's a cook. He used to cook for you and your husband and all that, whatever. And he said, he proposed, I'm gonna cook for you like I used to do old times. I'm gonna cook for you and whatever. So he cooks food, whatever. And this Joker, he slips you a Mickey, like in your drink or whatever. Good food, good drink, whatever. And he already staying there, sleeping on the sofa and all that. And you in and out and drugged up, whatever. And he take advantage of you on the sofa and all that. And this go on all night. And it leads into, now he took you up into the bedroom. He's taking advantage of you in the bed now, all of this. And he leaves you in the bed. And he back downstairs on the sofa. You wake up and you're disoriented because you remember bits and pieces, but you thinking like it was a dream because you in your bed. But you all disordered, but you don't know what. But Paul, you like, did he take advantage? So with the friend, I felt like whatever black magic, whatever the junk he did, whatever the case, that when I fell asleep, I don't know, it's like in my dream, like something like this Joker took advantage of me, or whatever. Because when I woke up, I felt like I had been taken advantage of. That I mean, I felt like I had been raped. I felt like, I'm telling you, that's the feel. It was weird. It was crazy. And I was still in that like a hypnosis state, like pining over this Joker, pining like and I know this had to been some weird because I'm not one to be like that with friends and people I work with, whatever. And this I consider a friend. So why am I having these feelings for this person? It's like overwhelming. Like it was weird. It was crazy. So and there's so much that went on. I remember I prayed and I said, God, I know this ain't happening. But I don't know why I dreamed that. Why was that happening? Why I woke up in that state? Why, please, if this, I need a sign. I need, I'm talking about within like 5-10 minutes. When I say the Most High gave me a sign, what had happened, man, I broke down that bathroom. I cried. I cried like a baby. I cried. I cried. I cried. Because this is somebody I consider a friend, that I never looked at in that way, and I felt like they took advantage of me in my vulnerable state. They like they would have been better off just straight out asking me or whatever, not going through some black magic type crap. Oh my God, that was a mess. And y'all, I'm telling you, y'all hear like women, they they want certain men, so they do this and do that. They put something in food and all that. Men do it too. Men do that crazy foolishness crap too, and this was the case here. And I blocked this joke on every platform, every WhatsApp, you name it, I blocked them. Why Saturday, last week Saturday, I got a letter from the Joker. A letter. Who writes letters? I got a letter from him. That letter ain't making it in my house. I threw that shit in the trash can. I said, ain't about to open this junk up. Some black magic attached to it. You trying to, I don't know what. I was like, what is going on? But yeah, I just got on here. Oh my God, I've been on here almost an hour rambling and talking. But yeah, y'all, just be careful out there. Women, it ain't always the dude that's coming out of prison. It ain't always that one. Just be careful, man. Just be careful. What time? What is what? I don't know. I'm just lost track of time. It's still Sunday, y'all. Okay. Well, good night. I don't even know when I'm gonna sleep. My sleep schedule's so messed up. I'll go to sleep. I'll be sleeping an hour and be back up in 3 hours. Like, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great work week starting tomorrow. Take somebody to lunch just because. Be nice just because. Smile. You smiling could just brighten up somebody's day. All right. Be blessed.